I'm not done yet, Kelcey. This is a hard one.
That's Lang.
Hey, I'm still working on my list.
We have a very difficult topic today.
Yeah.
Very difficult. While Lang finishes up his list,
I'll just go with it.
I'll let you know what the topic is, everyone. It is the FIBA Worlds right now. That means the Olympics are coming up. That means everyone is playing for their country. That means everyone's wearing their home country across their chest. We have a couple guys with the Grizzlies representing different countries. Obviously, I am.
Shout out Canada.
Team Canada, who just won over Germany. There's a bunch of NBA guys playing for Germany. And so Lang and I were thinking, let's do our starting five.
Starting five.
All international dudes. So
all
no
time.
one. Yeah, all time. I only have, I have two guys who are still three. Okay, it doesn't matter. Starting five, international guys, no Americans allowed. Let's go.
All right, I have some honorable mentions.
Yes, me as well. So who didn't make your top five?
There's two. First of all, outside of my honorable mentions, there's two players I couldn't really figure out how to correctly rate them in this. One was Drazen Petrovic, who played for the Nets, shooting guard, and who died in a tragic auto accident very young. And so we never really got to see his full career and see how he would turn out. The other one, though, was Arvydas Sabonis, who the father of Domantas Sabonis, who played in the 70s and made it to the NBA later, but had bad knees by that point. And, we never saw him really at his peak. So both those guys I didn't really put on my list. So my two that I left off, Luka Doncic.
He's off your starting five?
I got a better one. The other one off my starting five.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic did make my starting five.
Are you okay?
I told you this is hard.
I actually want to throw up.
Who are your two?
Okay, so my two that didn't make it, Tony Parker.
Yeah, he didn't make mine either.
Okay, and Joel Embiid.
He didn't make mine either.
Who the hell is on your list? Okay, do you want to go position by position?
Yeah.
You want to go big to small or small to big?
Big to small.
Okay, who's your center?
Now, Jokic was in the running here.
I would hope so.
I went with Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Of course.
Who revolutionized the center position and made it so you didn't have to be a big back-to-the-back guy. You could pass and play defense and run and do all those things. So I went with the Dream.
Okay, so I think this is going to be fun because I'm going to picture my starting five against your starting five. That's what, just in my mind. I took Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic is unreal.
Yep.
Sometimes doesn't look the most athletic, but does the craziest things. And although your center did revolutionize the center position, I feel like Nikola Jokic also has changed what it means to be a center as well. Again, not the biggest guy, not the most athletic, probably isn't going to block you like Jaren does, but holy cow, he can pass, he can shoot, he can.
But Olajuwon will block you like Jaren does.
Yes.
And it'd be a good matchup. It'd be defense, offense.
Yes, very much so. Okay, your power forward.
My power forward, Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay.
What else can you say? Dirk.
Okay, so I actually have Dirk, but I have him playing a different position.
Right.
So my power forward is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
Long, athletic. What else do I have to say about?
Actually, I had Giannis at the 3. So,
so I have Dirk at the 3.
Yeah.
So we just kind of flip-flopped.
Match them up however you want.
Okay, perfect.
I just thought, at the 3, you want somebody a little quicker and a little faster, and Dirk is not that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. Shooting guard.
Yeah.
That's where I put Manu Ginobili.
Oh, he didn't even make my honorable mention.
It's tough. There's not. I looked through the lists of all the international players, and shooting guards. It gets where it gets pretty thin. Look, Manu won a bunch of titles with the Spurs, sixth man of the year multiple times, and actually you need someone who can shoot. I thought about going bigger and putting Jokic in there and trying to put Giannis at the 2, but he can't really stretch the floor, so I went with Manu.
Okay, I went with Luka Doncic.
Okay. Not a shooting guard, though.
He's my shooting guard. Ginobili's a point guard, more, but I'm putting Luka as my shooting guard.
Okay.
My starting lineup's big as hell, and Luka's going to be in that 2 position for me.
Hope the other guys don't want the ball, because.
Oh no! It's okay because
Luka
my point.
Needs the ball.
No, my point guard is very much a pass-first point guard.
So is mine. We both probably have Steve Nash.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out Canada. Although, to me, Luka, what makes him so special is he has the ball and he sets up everyone else to do things, and I don't want him playing off the ball if I have him.
Look, the FIBA game is so different.
When Luka comes off my bench, he'll be my backup point guard to Steve Nash.
Okay, well, Tony Parker is going to be my backup point guard.
All right.
So, yeah. Steve Nash, obviously MVP of the league.
Twice.
Yeah. I had to put a Canadian in.
Hall of Famer.
To be honest, I started with like, okay, what Canadian can I put in here that's like going to be an all-time?
Shea's like could be in that conversation down the road. He's still younger.
Absolutely.
At this point.
Yeah, no, for sure he could be. It's just at this point when we were doing all-time, like if we were doing current, I would have Shea on here. But all-time, like he's an MVP of the league. It's got to be Steve Nash.
I mean, Jamal Murray also was a guy who I was thinking like looking
Won a
for a shooting guard.
championship.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of international shooting guards in our conversation here. Like Jamal Murray could work his way into this thing too down the road. So.
I'm trying to think of like I know he's American, but Dez is playing for Team Nigeria, isn't he? Like you could have thrown him in there
Sure.
for shooting guard.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of who else. I think Eric Gordon's more of a
Bogdanovich?
point guard. Yeah. A lot of guys. There is a lot of guys. If you go back and look at all-time greats, like Lang obviously dug a little deper than me with his center position. I chose someone who's still playing. He chose like an all-time.
I'm just old. I watched Olajuwon play. Like
was I even alive when he was playing?
yeah, sure.
I was born in 2002.
He played for the Raptors.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not
One
know
season.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Shout out talent around the world. If you guys have your starting five, I want to know who you're putting in your shooting guard position, to be honest. But tell us who your starting five is down below. Also, let us know who you think would win, me or Lang, in this top five.
I think we know.
And we'll see you next week for IMHO.